Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm sharing an easy recipe for a salad filled with all the flavors of summer. This salad can be turned into so many different variations. It's one of the reasons I love it. The base of this salad is 2 cups of cooked quinoa. You can also use orzo or any small shaped pasta to swap out for the quinoa. We're going to use extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, some fresh lemon for some brightness. We're going to use cilantro. You can also use flat leaf parsley. I'm using grape tomatoes because that's what looked good at my market, some sweet corn, and some nice salty feta. For your quinoa, you can just follow the directions on the back of your package. I like to cook mine in chicken broth for some extra added flavor, and that is what it will look like when it is all cooked. Once your quinoa is done cooking, I like to transfer it to a big bowl so it cools down a little bit faster. You don't want this to be hot when you add your vegetables because it will make them wilt. So pour it in, spread it out, and then you can let it sit while you do the rest of our prep work. Speaking of, the next thing we're going to prepare is the corn. Now, you can just use cooked corn. I really like the taste of some charred corn. It adds like a nice smoky sweetness, so I just throw it on my grill. I don't add anything to it, and turn it every couple minutes until there's some nice color. I'm also going to go ahead and dice up my feta. You can get crumbled feta if you want. I prefer using cubed feta. It just holds together better in this salad. And then chop up your tomatoes. And then last but not least, your cilantro. I prepped all 3 of these ingredients while my corn was cooking. So it's time to get that off the grill. I like mine to have a lot of flavor. You can cook it less than this, and you can just use regular cooked corn like I said. I am going to show you a trick to get it off the cob and to not get all those kernels all over your kitchen. Take a big bowl and invert a much smaller bowl in the center. Just stand your corn ear up, and then with a very sharp knife, you can just slice the kernels and the bowl will catch all of them. I'm sure I am not the only one who has sliced up corn and got more of it on the floor and the counter than on my plate. So this is a trick that I like to use, especially if I'm cutting up corn for my kiddos. So I used 2 ears of corn, and that was plenty for this salad. You can add more, you can add less, but corn season is coming up, so this is a great recipe to use that sweet, delicious summer corn for. All the corn is in this bowl. I didn't lose one kernel. I'm gonna take the smaller bowl out, and it's all prepped and ready for when we need it. Next up, we're going to prepare a really simple 4-ingredient vinaigrette for our salad. First, we're going to squeeze the juice of 1 lemon. This equals out to a few tablespoons, and this adds such a brightness to this vinaigrette. I love the lemon mixed with all the fresh vegetables, and the more it sits in this vinaigrette, the better it is. So make sure you don't have any lemon seeds. We're going to add half a teaspoon of kosher salt and then 1/4 teaspoon of fresh black pepper. I like to whisk these up, and then the last ingredient is extra virgin olive oil. I use 5 tablespoons, and that is it that goes into this vinaigrette. It's bright, it's simple, it doesn't compete with the rest of the flavors, but it adds just enough to bring it all together. And now comes the easiest part. We have our quinoa that has cooled down to room temperature. I put all of the vinaigrette right over the quinoa, and then I like to give this a good stir so that it incorporates really well. I add this to the quinoa so that it has a chance to absorb. The quinoa is a great base to hold that flavor. And then we're gonna add in all our fun summer flavors. So we're gonna throw in our charred sweet corn, next we're gonna add our chopped tomatoes, our diced feta, and of course, our chopped cilantro. Like I said, you can swap out these ingredients with what you have on hand, what's fresh in your area. I've used flat leaf parsley, I've used heirloom tomatoes, which are absolutely delicious. And if you don't have fresh corn, you can absolutely use frozen corn. You just want to heat it up in a pan before you throw it in with the salad to add a little bit of flavor. So give this all a good mix, and then that is it for this salad. It is all the flavors of summer. It's so good, it's bright, it's refreshing, and the best part is the longer it sits in your refrigerator, the better it tastes. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is the perfect summer side or perfect summer lunch. If you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around for more videos, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.